Hey there, welcome back to Stories for You. Today we're doing something absolutely insane. We are going on a massive adventure, a wild journey across Africa, exploring some of the most mind-blowing natural wonders and unique resources you'll find nowhere else on Earth. I'm talking about places that look like they're from another planet and treasures buried deep in the ground that are worth millions. This is going to be one of the biggest videos we have ever made, and I can't wait for you to see it. From thundering waterfalls that are so powerful you can feel them in your chest, to glowing deserts that stretch on forever, and hidden gems deep beneath the soil. Africa is rich in more than just culture. It's a land of epic natural beauty. We're not just looking at pictures online, we are going to these places, showing you just how incredible this continent is. We're talking about volcanoes, giant canyons, and some of the rarest materials on the entire planet. This is not your average travel vlog. We are going deep, exploring the craziest landscapes and uncovering the secrets of each country. We're going to see it all, from the tallest mountains to the deepest rivers. So buckle up because this is going to be an unforgettable ride. Let's dive in, country by country. Alright, first stop, Kenya. And we are starting with something so massive, it's literally tearing the continent apart. This is the Great Rift Valley, a gigantic trench that stretches for thousands of kilometers. Standing here you can literally see the Earth splitting open. It's insane to think that this massive geological feature is shaping the future of the continent. The scale of this place is just impossible to capture on camera, but we're going to try. The cliffs, the valleys, the sheer size of it all is just mind-blowing. And inside this valley, we found something that looks like it belongs on Mars. This is Lake Turkana, also known as the Jade Sea because of its incredible color. It's the world's largest permanent desert lake, and it's surrounded by ancient volcanoes. The water is this crazy turquoise green, and the landscape around it is so rugged and raw, it feels like we've traveled back in time. We're talking about a place where some of the earliest human fossils were discovered. It's not just a lake, it's a cradle of humanity. But Kenya isn't just about valleys and lakes. Look at this, we're now at Mount Kenya, the second highest peak in Africa. This giant is an extinct volcano, and its jagged peaks are covered in glaciers, which is wild because we're right on the equator. Climbing even a part of this mountain is a huge challenge, but the views from up here are absolutely worth it. You can see for hundreds of miles and it feels like you're on top of the world. It's a testament to the sheer diversity of landscapes you can find in just one country. And here's the crazy part. Underneath all this natural beauty, Kenya is sitting on a treasure trove. We're talking about fluorspar, a colorful mineral that's essential for making steel and aluminum. They also have other rare minerals here that are vital for modern technology. So, while you're looking at these incredible landscapes, remember that deep underground, there are resources that power our world. Kenya is literally a powerhouse, both above and below the ground. Next up, we're heading to the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe to witness one of the most powerful and spectacular sights on the entire planet. This is Victoria Falls, or as it's locally known, Mosi Oa-Tunya, the smoke that thunders. And trust me, that name is no joke. The roar is deafening, and the mist coming off the water is so intense it feels like you're in a permanent rainstorm. It's over 1 kilometer wide and 100 meters tall, making it the largest sheet of falling water in the world. Standing here you can feel the raw power of nature. Billions of liters of water from the Zambezi River plunge into the gorge every single minute. It's so intense that it creates its own weather system. We even saw a rainbow in the mist that was there all day long. This isn't just a waterfall, it's an experience that hits all your senses. The sight, the sound, the feeling of the spray on your face, it's something you will never forget. It's one of the 7 natural wonders of the world for a reason, and right below the falls is this incredible place, the Batoka Gorge. This is where all that water goes, carving a deep zigzagging canyon through the earth. The gorge is a playground for adventure seekers with some of the wildest whitewater rafting in the world. We got in a raft and the rapids were absolutely insane. You're paddling through this massive canyon with towering black basalt cliffs on either side. It's both terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. But the wonders here aren't just on the surface. Zambia is a world leader in something else: copper. This country is sitting on one of the largest copper reserves on Earth, located in a region called the Copper Belt. For decades, this metal has been the backbone of Zambia's economy. It's used in everything from our phones to our cars to the wiring in our houses. So while you're mesmerized by the thundering falls, remember that deep beneath the ground, there's a river of red metal that helps power the modern world. Okay, this next location is one of the most extreme places on Earth. We are in Namibia, and this is the Namib Desert, the oldest desert in the world. It's been dry for at least 55 million years. And look at these dunes. These are some of the tallest sand dunes on the planet, some reaching over 300 meters high. The colors are insane, from bright orange to deep red, and they change throughout the day. Climbing one of these is like climbing a mountain made of sand. It's exhausting, but the view from the top is breathtaking. This desert is a place of incredible contrasts. It stretches all the way to the Atlantic Ocean, creating one of the most surreal landscapes I have ever seen, the Skeleton Coast. This is where the desert literally meets the sea. The coast is named for all the whale bones and old shipwrecks scattered along the shore, half buried in the sand. It's foggy, mysterious, and incredibly dangerous for sailors. Standing here with the desert on one side and the roaring ocean on the other feels like being at the end of the world. The Namib Desert might seem empty, but it's full of life that has adapted to survive in these harsh conditions. We saw oryx, desert elephants, and even unique plants like the welwitschia, which can live for over 1,000 years. It's a masterclass in survival, proving that life can thrive in the most unlikely of places. Every animal and plant here has a unique trick to find water and beat the heat. It's a fragile but resilient ecosystem that is absolutely fascinating to explore. But Namibia's real treasure is hidden beneath the sand. This country is a major source of uranium, a key element for nuclear energy. And even more exciting, it's one of the world's top producers of gem-quality diamonds. Many of these diamonds are found right along the coast, washed into the sea by rivers and then deposited back on the beach by the waves. We went to a restricted area where they literally mine diamonds from the sand. It's unbelievable that these sparkling gems are just hidden in this vast ancient desert. We just arrived in Tanzania, and we're staring at the most iconic mountain in all of Africa. This is Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak on the continent and the tallest freestanding mountain in the world. It's a massive dormant volcano that rises almost 5,000 meters from the plains below. Its snow-capped peak is one of the most famous sights in nature, and climbing it is a bucket list challenge for adventurers from all over the globe. The sheer presence of this mountain dominates the entire landscape. But Tanzania has another geological wonder that is just as impressive, but in a totally different way. We're now flying over the Ngorongoro crater. This isn't just any crater, it's the world's largest intact volcanic caldera. It was formed millions of years ago when a giant volcano, probably even bigger than Kilimanjaro, collapsed in on itself. Now it's like a natural zoo, a self-contained ecosystem teeming with wildlife. It's one of the best places in Africa to see the Big Five: lions, leopards, rhinos, elephants, and buffaloes. Inside the crater it feels like a lost world. The floor of the caldera is a massive plain, with a lake, forests, and swamps, all enclosed by 600-meter-high walls. We drove down into it, and it was incredible. There are thousands of animals everywhere you look. We saw huge herds of wildebeest and zebra, pods of hippos in the water, and even a pride of lions just relaxing by the road. It's a perfect example of how nature can create a sanctuary where wildlife can thrive. And here's where it gets really crazy. Tanzania is the only place in the entire world where you can find a specific, incredibly rare gemstone. It's called tanzanite. This gem is 1,000 times rarer than diamonds and is famous for its stunning blue-violet color. It was only discovered in the 1960s in the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro. We got to see some of these raw stones right after they were mined. To think that this beautiful gem exists nowhere else on Earth but in this one small area is just mind-blowing. Alright, we've made it to the southern tip of the continent, South Africa. And our first stop is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world. This is Table Mountain. And it's not just a mountain, it's a flat-topped icon watching over the city of Cape Town. It's one of the oldest mountains on the planet, 6 times older than the Himalayas. We took a cable car to the top, and the view is absolutely insane. You can see the entire city, the ocean, and the rugged coastline all at once. It's like standing on the roof of the world. But South Africa's scenery gets even more dramatic. We traveled across the country to see this, the Blyde River Canyon. This is one of the largest canyons on Earth, and it might be the greenest. Unlike the Grand Canyon's red rock, This place is covered in lush, subtropical vegetation. The scale is immense, with sheer cliffs dropping hundreds of meters to the river below. The most famous viewpoint is the Three Rondavels, three huge round rock formations that look like traditional African huts. It's a breathtaking sight. The geology here is just on another level. We explored some of the unique formations in the canyon like Bork's Luck potholes, which are these giant cylindrical holes carved into the rock by swirling water over millions of years. It looks like a work of art created by nature. Every corner you turn in this canyon reveals a new spectacular view, from waterfalls to towering rock pinnacles. It's a paradise for photographers and hikers, a true natural masterpiece. And speaking of masterpieces, South Africa is built on a foundation of incredible mineral wealth. This country was the site of one of the biggest gold rushes in history. For over a century, it was the world's largest producer of gold, but it doesn't stop there. South Africa also has the world's largest reserves of platinum, which is crucial for cars and electronics. And of course, it's famous for its diamonds. The mineral wealth here is so vast, it has literally shaped the country's history and economy. Get ready, because this next stop is one of the weirdest and most extreme places on the entire planet. We are in Ethiopia, at the Danakil Depression. This is one of the lowest and hottest places on Earth, a volcanic wasteland that looks like another planet. The ground is covered in salt flats, boiling hot springs, and psychedelic-colored mineral deposits. The air smells of sulfur, and the heat is intense. It feels like we're walking on the surface of Venus. In the heart of this alien landscape is Dalal, a volcanic crater with some of the most bizarre scenery you will ever see. The geothermal activity here brings minerals to the surface, creating incredible formations of yellow, green, and orange. It's a toxic, beautiful mess. And nearby we visited one of the world's only permanent lava lakes at the Erta Ali volcano. At night we stood at the rim of the crater and watched the molten rock bubbling and churning below. It was like staring into the heart of the earth, terrifying and absolutely mesmerizing. But Ethiopia isn't all fire and brimstone. We also traveled to the north to see the Simien Mountains, often called the Roof of Africa. This place is the complete opposite of the Danakil Depression. It's a massive plateau with jagged peaks, deep valleys, and incredible cliffs. We went trekking here and saw some of the rarest animals in the world, like the gelada baboon, which is only found in these highlands. The landscape is so dramatic it looks like it was carved by a giant. And deep within these mountains and volcanic fields, Ethiopia holds some amazing resources. The same geothermal activity that creates the Danakil Depression provides a massive potential for clean, renewable energy. Ethiopia is harnessing this geothermal power to provide electricity. But that's not all. The country is also a major source of opals, especially the stunning Welo opals, which are famous for their brilliant flashes of color. From fire underground to fire in a gemstone, Ethiopia is full of powerful surprises. We've left the African mainland and landed on the fourth largest island in the world, Madagascar. This place honestly is like a different planet. Because it's been isolated for millions of years, about 90% of its wildlife is found nowhere else on Earth. And, the first thing we had to see is this incredible place, the Avenue of the Baobabs. These ancient, massive trees look like they've been planted upside down. Standing among them, especially at sunset, feels like you've stepped into a real-life fairy tale. They are majestic, strange, and absolutely beautiful. But the landscapes in Madagascar get even stranger. We traveled to the Tsingy de Bamaraha National Park, a place that looks like a forest of giant stone knives. Tsingy literally means where one cannot walk barefoot, and you can totally see why. It's a massive limestone plateau that has been eroded by rain into a maze of sharp, spiky pinnacles. We had to wear harnesses and use cables to navigate through this incredible stone forest. It's honestly one of the most unique and challenging terrains I've ever experienced. This island is a biodiversity hotspot. It's home to over 100 species of lemurs, colorful chameleons, and thousands of other unique animals and plants. We went on a night walk in the rainforest and it was just unbelievable. The sounds, the creatures we saw, it was a reminder of how precious and unique this ecosystem is. Madagascar is a living laboratory of evolution, but it's also incredibly fragile, and protecting it is so important. Besides its incredible nature, Madagascar is the world's leading producer of a very valuable resource, vanilla. Real vanilla comes from an orchid, and Pollinating it is a labor-intensive process, making it one of the most expensive spices in the world. But that's not all. The island is also a treasure chest of rare gemstones including sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. From a spice worth more than silver to some of the most beautiful gems on Earth, Madagascar's treasures are as unique as its wildlife. Our next adventure takes us to Central Africa, to a country often called Africa in miniature because it has all the major climates and vegetations of the continent. This is Cameroon, and we're starting with its most dominant feature, Mount Cameroon. This is one of Africa's largest and most active volcanoes. It rises directly from the coast, creating a stunning landscape of volcanic peaks and lush forests. We hiked on its slopes, walking on old lava flows and through dense jungle. The volcanic activity here has created some spectacular sights. We journeyed deep into the jungle to find the Ekom waterfalls. These are some of the most powerful and beautiful waterfalls in the region, plunging 80 meters into a lush green basin. This place is so cinematic that it was actually used as a filming location for a Tarzan movie. Standing in the mist at the bottom, surrounded by the roar of the water and the sounds of the jungle, is an absolutely incredible experience. The rich volcanic soil here supports an immense amount of life. The rainforests of Cameroon are some of the oldest and most diverse in Africa. They are home to endangered species like forest elephants, gorillas, and chimpanzees. Exploring these forests feels like stepping back in time. The trees are gigantic, the air is thick with humidity, and there's a sense of ancient, untouched wilderness. It's a vital ecosystem for the entire planet. And beneath this incredible biodiversity, Cameroon is rich in natural resources. The country has significant deposits of bauxite, which is the primary ore for aluminum. Its dense forests also provide valuable timber, although sustainable management is a huge challenge. And offshore in the Atlantic Ocean, Cameroon has important reserves of crude oil, which is a major part of its economy. From active volcanoes to hidden waterfalls and valuable resources, Cameroon is a country of immense natural power. Now we're heading into the heart of Africa, to the Democratic Republic of Congo, or the DRC. This country is dominated by one of the most powerful rivers on the planet, the Congo River. It's the second largest river in the world by volume, and the deepest. It's so powerful that it carves a massive submarine canyon into the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. We traveled on a section of the river and the sheer scale of it is hard to comprehend. It's really the lifeblood of the entire region. The DRC is also home to one of the most active and dramatic volcanic regions in Africa, the Virunga Mountains. This chain of volcanoes sits on the border with Rwanda and Uganda and includes Mount Nyiragongo, which is famous for having the world's largest fluid lava lake. We couldn't get to the lava lake on this trip, but the presence of these volcanoes is felt everywhere. They are both a source of incredible fertility for the land and a constant, powerful threat. The Virunga National Park is one of the most biodiverse places on Earth and is a sanctuary for the critically endangered mountain gorilla. Trekking to see a gorilla family here is a life-changing experience. These gentle giants are our close relatives, and seeing them in their natural habitat is incredibly moving. The park is a beacon of conservation, a protected island in a region that has faced many challenges. It's a testament to the dedication of the rangers who risk their lives to protect this incredible place. But the DRC holds a resource that is absolutely critical to our modern lives. This country is the world's largest producer of cobalt, and also has huge reserves of coltan. These are minerals that are essential for making the rechargeable batteries in our smartphones, laptops, and electric cars. The phone you might be watching this on probably has cobalt from the DRC in it. It's a stark reminder of how the natural resources of this incredible country are connected to everyone on the planet. So, we've traveled north to Morocco, a country of incredible contrasts, from bustling cities to towering mountains and vast deserts. Our first destination is the legendary Sahara Desert. We rode camels deep into the Ergchebi dunes to really experience the silence and scale of the world's largest hot desert. The sea of sand stretches to the horizon in every direction. Watching the sunset here, as the colors of the dunes shift from orange to purple, is honestly a magical experience. We even spent the night in a desert camp under a sky full of more stars than I've ever seen. But Morocco isn't just desert, it's also home to the mighty Atlas Mountains. This rugged mountain range separates the Sahara from the Mediterranean and Atlantic coasts. We drove through winding mountain passes, past ancient Berber villages clinging to the hillsides. The landscapes here are dramatic and diverse, from snow-capped peaks in the winter to green valleys and red rock canyons. It's a completely different world from the desert just a few hours away. The Atlas Mountains are a paradise for hikers and adventurers. We trekked to some of the remote villages to see how people have lived in this challenging environment for centuries. They use terraced farming to grow crops on the steep slopes, which is really a testament to their ingenuity. The mountains are not just a physical barrier. They are a cultural and historical heartland, full of ancient traditions and incredible hospitality. And here's something you probably didn't know about Morocco. This country is sitting on over 70% of the world's entire phosphate reserves. Phosphate is a critical ingredient in agricultural fertilizers, which means Morocco plays a huge role in feeding the global population. The phosphate deposits here are actually the fossilized remains of ancient marine creatures from a time when a sea covered this region. So, in a way, Morocco is helping to grow the world's food using the dust of an ancient ocean. We've arrived in the giant of Africa, Nigeria. This country is just buzzing with energy, and its natural wonders are honestly just as vibrant. Our first stop is something truly special, the Erin Ijesha waterfalls, also known as Olumiran. But get this, it's not just one waterfall, it's this spectacular cascade of 7 different levels, each with its own pool and unique character. We hiked all the way to the top, climbing from one level to the next. It was a pretty challenging climb, but reaching the 7th level and seeing the source of the falls was just an amazing feeling. Next we traveled to the city of Abeokuta to see a natural fortress that has protected people for centuries. This is Olumo Rock. This massive granite outcrop is a sacred place for the EGBA people, who used it as a refuge during tribal wars in the 19th century. We climbed to the top using man-made stairs and ladders carved right into the rock. The view from the summit is incredible, giving you a panoramic look at the entire city. It's a powerful symbol of strength and history. Exploring Olumo Rock was honestly like walking through a living museum. We saw ancient shrines, caves where people used to live, and learned about the spiritual significance of the rock. The local guides shared stories that have been passed down through generations. It's a place where natural beauty and deep cultural heritage are completely intertwined. Standing on top of this ancient rock, you can really feel the weight of its history. Now let's talk about the resource that has defined modern Nigeria: oil and gas. Nigeria is Africa's largest oil producer, and this resource has shaped its economy and its place in the world. The Niger Delta region is home to vast reserves of crude oil and natural gas. This wealth has fueled the growth of massive cities like Lagos and made Nigeria an economic powerhouse on the continent. While it comes with its own set of complex challenges, there's no denying the immense power of the resources hidden beneath Nigeria's land and sea. Our journey continues to the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, and we're starting at the source of one of the world's most famous rivers. This is Lake Victoria, the largest lake in Africa and the largest tropical lake in the world. It's so big it honestly feels like an ocean. The lake is the source of the White Nile, and it's a vital resource for millions of people in the region. We took a boat out on the water and visited some of the fishing villages that depend on it for their livelihood. The scale of this body of water is just staggering. From the shores of the Great Lake, we traveled to a place of myth and legend, the Rwenzori Mountains. These are the fabled Mountains of the Moon, a stunning mountain range on the border with the DRC. Unlike many other African mountains, the Rwenzoris are not volcanic. They are actually a massive, uplifted block of rock. They're famous for their unique, otherworldly vegetation, including giant lobelias and groundsels. Hiking here feels like stepping into a prehistoric landscape. The peaks of the Rwenzori Mountains are permanently covered in glaciers, which is incredible considering how close they are to the equator. The combination of high altitude, mist, and bizarre plants makes for one of the most mystical trekking experiences on the planet. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a true testament to the wild and diverse beauty of Uganda. It's a challenging, mysterious, and totally unforgettable place. Beneath the stunning landscapes, Uganda is rich in resources. The country has significant gold deposits, attracting both large-scale and small-scale miners. But one of its most famous exports is coffee. The rich volcanic soils found throughout the country are perfect for growing high-quality Arabica and Robusta beans, making Ugandan coffee prized around the world. The combination of precious metals and one of the world's favorite beverages shows the diverse wealth that comes from Uganda's fertile land. For our final stop on this epic African adventure, we've landed in Ghana, a country known for its friendly people, rich history, and incredible natural treasures. We're starting with a wonder that is actually man-made, but on a totally natural scale. This is Lake Volta, one of the largest artificial reservoirs in the entire world by surface area. It was created in the 1960s by the construction of the Akosombo Dam. This massive lake provides electricity for the whole country and is a vital transportation route. It's a colossal feat of engineering that transformed the landscape. But Ghana also has plenty of purely natural wonders. We traveled to the Volta region to see the highest waterfall in the country, Woolly Waterfalls. To get there, we had to hike through a lush forest sanctuary, crossing log bridges over the river. The waterfall has two parts, a lower and an upper falls. The lower falls are easily accessible and create a beautiful serene pool for swimming. The hike to the upper falls is much more challenging, but the reward is a spectacular view of the water plunging down the cliffside. The forests around Woolly are teeming with life. We saw colonies of thousands of fruit bats clinging to the cliffs near the waterfall, and the air was just filled with the sound of birds and insects. It's a protected area that really showcases Ghana's commitment to preserving its natural biodiversity. The combination of the powerful waterfall and the vibrant forest ecosystem makes this a truly special place to visit. And finally, we have to talk about the resource that gave Ghana its colonial name, the Gold Coast. Ghana has been famous for its gold for centuries and is still one of Africa's top gold producers. We visited a community where small-scale mining is a way of life and saw how they pan for gold in the rivers. But Ghana is also a world leader in another valuable resource, cocoa. It's one of the largest producers of the cocoa beans that are used to make chocolate all over the world. From gold to chocolate, Ghana's riches are legendary. Wow, what an absolutely epic journey. We crossed the entire continent from the top of Mount Kilimanjaro to the depths of the Congo River. Africa is just full of surprises, from deserts and waterfalls to volcanoes and rare gems. We saw the earth splitting apart in Kenya, stood in the midst of the world's biggest waterfall in Zambia, and found diamonds in the Namibian sand. Every single country had something unique and honestly mind-blowing to offer, a testament to the incredible diversity and power of this continent. We saw places that looked like another planet, uncovered treasures that power our daily lives, and witnessed nature at its most raw and beautiful. This trip was about more than just seeing cool places. It was about understanding the immense natural wealth and beauty that Africa holds. From the gold in Ghana to the cobalt in the DRC, the resources here are connected to all of us in ways we rarely think about. But the true wonder is the landscape itself, which has to be seen to be believed. So, after seeing all of that, I have to ask you, which of these wonders would you love to visit first? The stone forest of Madagascar? The alien landscape of Ethiopia? Let us know in the comments. We read every single one. And if you love discovering fun facts like this and want to join us on more insane adventures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stories For You.